first, hi guys, welcome back to the Vintage Vixen. My name is Sam. Yes, I know it's only January and I am starting Viva Las Vegas videos. There are a couple reasons for that. First and foremost, I'm a planner. I like to plan things far in advance, so I've been working on this for quite a few months now already. I also deal with seasonal depression, so basically from right after the holidays through April, May-ish, I struggle. I also have anxiety all year long, so adding on top of the depression during this awful season on top of that, it makes it a really difficult few months for me. So having this trip to look forward to and, having something that I'm excited about coming up really helps. It's also nice to have something that's not work related to direct my energy toward to make me feel a little bit better during this tough time of year. So I do start planning quite early for that reason as well. I'm in the Miss Viva Las Vegas Pinup Contestants Facebook group, and there are a few girls in there who will be coming to Vegas for their first time, and we're asking for tips and tricks and suggestions. So I thought that this video might be helpful to some of them as well as others who will be coming to Vegas for their first time. I am not like a hardcore veteran. This will be my third time going to Viva Las Vegas, but I think I've got it down pretty good. Between going to the event itself and reading up on it and watching other people's channels and videos about the event, I think I've got a pretty good grasp on what works and what I think you should pack when you go to Viva Las Vegas. Now, this list is not going to include your common sense stuff that you would bring with you anytime you traveled, like your toothbrush or your medications or stuff like that. These are mostly things that I don't bring with me anywhere except for Vegas when we go for Viva. So I'm going to share my list of must-haves. If you have suggestions for things that I didn't share here, please put them in the comments section down below, because I'm always looking for ideas on how to better improve my packing game. And I think it's also really helpful for others to see that as well. So how you pack is also going to depend on how you're traveling. If you're driving, you're going to have a lot more room for your luggage and things like that in your car. If you're flying like we are, you become a little bit more restricted. It also depends on what airline you take. Airlines have different rules for bag weights and fees for checking bags and all kinds of stuff. We take Southwest, which means that we get to check 2 bags per person for free, plus your carry-on, which is a godsend. And you also want to make sure that you have room in your suitcase to bring home any souvenirs that you might want to get for yourself or your friends or family. But if you pack smart, you can make sure that you get everything that you need in your suitcase with room for goodies to bring back home with you. So let's get started. These are not in any particular order of importance. I have my pile of stuff. I'm just gonna grab it and we'll go through it. First thing, Band-Aids. Every year without fail, I bring a pair of shoes that totally destroy my feet. Even though I think that they are comfortable, they have not been tested under Viva Las Vegas conditions. So the first year we went, I did not have Band-Aids, and I got the worst blisters on the back of my heels. And there are drugstores in Las Vegas, so you could go and pick up a box of Band-Aids, or you could go down to your hotel lobby and pay too much for a box of Band-Aids in their hotel lobby convenience store, or you can just grab a box from your local Target or wherever you shop and toss it in your suitcase before you leave. You might not need them. If you don't, great. You have a box of Band-Aids that you can bring home with you and have in your medicine cabinet. But if you do need them, you're going to be happy that you have this in your suitcase. You could bring some Neosporin as well if you wanted, but I just bring the Band-Aids, and it's a godsend. I've actually as I've been shopping over the past couple weeks, I'll see things that I need, and I grab them, and I put them in a pile of things that I'm going to bring with me to Vegas. So I have like a brand new box of Band-Aids and all kinds of stuff like that. So, Band-Aids. Next, you want to bring a little travel sewing kit. They sell these everywhere. This one was from Joann's. I think it was like $5. I think it might have been a little less on sale. They have sales all the time and coupons or whatever. But inside, it has all of these little things that you might need in a fashion emergency. Little scissors, needles, safety pins, thread, all kinds of goodies, even buttons. And again, it's useful even when you're at home or if you're going on other trips or things like that. This is really good to have. Next, sort of related to the sewing kit, bring your tape measure. If you don't have one, you can get them stupid cheap when you go buy your travel sewing kit. And you're going to want this if you plan to take advantage of all the amazing shopping that Viva has to offer. The vendor rooms are crazy, they're crowded, they're loud, they're fun, but they're a little bit overwhelming. And you're not going to be able to try on clothes like you would normally in a regular shopping setting. Some vendors do create little makeshift dressing rooms, but I personally don't like those because, first of all, there's always a huge line for them. Secondly, you feel like you have to rush because you know there's people out there waiting to get in, so you don't maybe necessarily feel like you have enough time that you would like to get a feel of a garment. You also maybe you don't feel comfortable changing in a little curtain room with hundreds of people around. I personally don't care, but if it's outside of your comfort zone, you know, that's totally fine. Nobody's gonna fault you for that. Some vendors will let you take items to the bathroom to try them on. They'll have you leave your ID and let you take the piece to the restroom, but don't count on every vendor letting you do that. So bring your tape measure, know your measurements before you go, and then when you're shopping, if you see something that looks like it might fit you, you can measure the garment on the rack and see if it will fit you. And then if it looks like it might and you want to try it on, then maybe you can do the whole little temporary dressing room or take it to the bathroom or whatever if they let you. But it's going to save you time from trying things on or buying things that definitely aren't going to fit you. It's really hard to tell sometimes if you just look at something, especially if it looks close to your measurements. So bring your tape measure. You can just roll it up, maybe put a little rubber band around it so it doesn't unfurl, toss it in your bag, and leave it there the whole weekend. Let's kind of stick to clothing, and the next item I have to recommend is a travel steamer. You can find these on Amazon for between $15 to $35 depending on the brand and the model and all the fancy stuff that it comes with. Mine is a very simple one. I think it was like $20. It has a little water chamber that you fill up and an on and off switch, and that's it. Most of us have probably stayed in a hotel before and used a hotel iron, and those things are crappy. I have ruined clothing by using a hotel iron because there's gunk and junk and nasty stuff all in that iron. Especially if you're going to be wearing a gorgeous vintage or reproduction dress or whatever, you don't want to run the risk of ruining it, and a lot of those things you cannot iron anyway. So get yourself this little travel steamer. Again, $20. You can get them on Amazon. Toss it in your suitcase. It's going to be your friend. And I use this at home too, to be honest with you. So the only negative I would say is that the water well is not that large, so you might have to refill it when you're in the middle of steaming depending on how wrinkly your stuff is, but this is going to be a lifesaver for you. So bring a travel steamer. Sticking with clothing, hangers. I can't speak for other hotels, but at the Orleans, you never know how many hangers you're gonna get. And I have a lot of stuff that I want to hang up. Dresses and petticoats and skirts and all kinds of stuff. So it's always good to have this insurance policy, especially if you're sharing a room with other ladies who are also going to have a lot of things that they want to hang up. It's nice to have your own hangers so you don't have to fight over them. And I got these. These are a pack of 10. They were like $3, maybe less, at Walmart. So at the end of my trip, if I don't feel like repacking them, for $3, I'll leave them for the next person. But definitely bring some extra hangers so that you are not left trying to cram all of your stuff onto a handful of hangers in the closet. Okay, I think that's it for clothes related things. Next is lip balm. You're in Las Vegas, it's in the desert. The desert is very dry, especially if you're someone like me who is not from a dry climate. It takes me a little bit, I'm not used to that. You're also going to be spending a ton of time in a casino where people are smoking. There's air conditioning going constantly. There's a lot of artificial climate control happening in there. Now, you can't smoke in the ballrooms at the Orleans, but you can smoke on the casino floor. So it does get very dry in there. My lips also get really dry because I am wearing lipstick pretty much from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed at night, and I'm not used to wearing lipstick that long every single day for like 4 days in a row. So my lips get even drier than they normally do from like the desert, which I'm not used to. So usually I bring a chapstick and Vaseline and put the Vaseline on at night, just like slather it on my lips before I go to bed. But I was at Target yesterday and I saw their Vaseline Lip Therapy. This is the limited edition pink bubbly. I have not tried this yet, so I don't know. But it looks promising. I'm not going to take the plastic off because I want to leave it on when I put it in my bag. So we're going to try this and see if it works, but definitely bring something to moisturize your lips with. You're going to want it. For the same reasons I mentioned bringing lip balm with you, bring lotion with you. Whatever your choice is. I'm, as you know, obsessed with the Soap and Glory Body Buttercream, so I will most likely bring this one with me. But again, the same things I said with the lip balm: dry, air conditioning, cigarette smoke. You also might be outside, especially during the car show or the pool party, and out in the sun. So you want to make sure that you moisturize your skin so that it stays nice and healthy. Speaking of the sun, bring sunscreen. This is only SPF 15. I usually use SPF 30 or 50. But you're going to want this at the car show. You'll be out in the sun. There is not that much shade out at the car show. It is in the middle of the parking lot, so it gets very hot. I remember the first time we went to Vegas, I was like, oh, it's not so bad here. And it's April. It's like 70s, 80s. It felt really nice because we were coming from cold winter New York. And then the day of the car show, I was like, this is hell because it's just sun beating down on asphalt with very little shade and not much of a breeze. So bring this with you. It's also going to come in handy for the pool party if you attend that, which I highly recommend you do. Again, it should seem like a no-brainer, but bring sunscreen. Related to sun protection, bring a parasol, especially for that car show day. The first year we went, I was like, I don't need a parasol. I don't need that. It's just extra and it's taking up room in my suitcase. And I was right. I didn't need it until Saturday when we went to the car show and there was no shade and my shoulders were on fire because I wore a romper that had no sleeves or straps or anything. So I ended up buying from the official Viva merch booth a parasol, which was alright because it ended up sort of being like a souvenir and useful, all wrapped up in one. Last time we went, I picked out what I was going to wear to the car show and then went online and bought this parasol, which complemented my outfit. This is just from Amazon. It's paper, so it's not like super durable, but it's lasted pretty long. Like I said, I got this in 2017 and I've used it quite a few times since then. A lot of vintage reproduction vendors sell these also, both online and at the event. They can be rather expensive, but if you shop around, you can get yourself a good deal. And this was really nice to have, like I said, for the car show, but also at the pool party. And I have gotten use out of it since then as well for car shows around here. Last but not least, this is something that you can use traveling anywhere, really, but I never had one, and I bought one specifically for our trip to Viva this year, because what ends up happening is I unpack all of my toiletries and end up taking over the entire sink, which I it's just my husband and I in the room, so it's not that big of a deal. But if you're sharing a room with other girls, you're all going to be fighting over sink space. So I went on Amazon and it comes with this cute little protective carrying case. But I got one of these doohickeys, and it has the hook, and it hangs on the back of the door, and you can put all your stuff in there, and then you can just leave it in there. You don't have to take it out if you don't want to. So I bought this specifically for our trip this year, but you will get a ton of use out of this if you travel. So I think this was like $25, maybe 30 on Amazon. There's a ton of different ones that you can choose from. Of course, I got leopard print because I love leopard print. So that is it. Those are my suggestions for must-haves for packing for Viva Las Vegas. I hope you found this video helpful. I always like watching these types of videos, both because it gets me excited for my trip and also gives me some ideas for things that I might not necessarily have thought of before. Like I said in the beginning, if there is something on here that I missed that you think is an absolute must-have for Viva, leave it in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you think. This will be my last time promoting for you to please vote for me for the Miss Viva Las Vegas pinup contest. Voting ends January 31st. All of the links and instructions are in the description box down below. I'm going to make some more videos like this leading up to Viva, so if there's anything that you want to know or that you are wondering about or that you would like to see, please leave that in the comments down below as well, and I'm happy to try and do that for you. I hope you're all having a great day. Thanks so much again for taking the time out to watch my video and spend some time with me. I love and appreciate all of you, and I will talk to you later.